Have you ever felt super motivated one day, ready to conquer the world, only to wake up the next morning feeling completely drained and uninspired? Why does motivation come and go like an unpredictable wave? Is it possible to stay driven every single day? Today we're diving deep into the science of motivation, how it works, why it fades, and most importantly, how you can stay consistently driven no matter what challenges life throws your way. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of how to hack your brain for long-term motivation. So stick around, because this could change the way you approach your goals forever. Before we talk about how to stay motivated, we need to understand what motivation really is. At its core, motivation is the driving force that compels us to take action. It's the reason we chase goals, build habits, and push ourselves to achieve more. Scientists often divide motivation into two types: extrinsic motivation, which is driven by external rewards like money, fame, or praise, and intrinsic motivation, which is fueled by internal desires like personal growth, passion, or curiosity. The problem? Extrinsic motivation is unreliable. If your motivation is based solely on rewards, you'll lose steam the moment those rewards disappear. On the other hand, intrinsic motivation is much more sustainable, but even that can fade if we don't nurture it properly. One of the biggest reasons people lose motivation is dopamine depletion. Dopamine, often called the motivation molecule, plays a crucial role in our brain's reward system. When we set a goal and start working towards it, our brain releases dopamine, making us feel excited and driven. However, if we overindulge in instant gratification, like scrolling social media, binge-watching TV, or constantly seeking small rewards, our dopamine levels drop, making us feel unmotivated and sluggish. That's why sometimes we're eager to start a project but quickly lose interest once the excitement fades. So how do we fix this? Most people make the mistake of setting their motivation around outcomes: losing 20 pounds, making six figures, getting a promotion. While these goals are great, they can be dangerous because they make motivation conditional. If you don't see quick results, you'll lose motivation fast. Instead, successful people focus on process-based motivation, falling in love with the work itself rather than just the result. Instead of saying, "I want to lose 20 pounds," reframe it as, "I want to enjoy the process of eating healthy and working out." Instead of thinking, "I want to make six figures," shift it to, "I want to love the process of building a valuable skill." The more you enjoy the process, the more likely you are to stick with it. A great example of this is Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimmer. He didn't just wake up every day thinking, "I want gold medals." He became obsessed with the training itself, perfecting every stroke, analyzing every movement. As a result, he didn't just achieve his goals, he exceeded them. If you can learn to enjoy the journey, motivation will follow naturally. Another reason people lose motivation is boredom or overwhelm. If a task is too easy, your brain doesn't feel challenged and you lose interest. If it's too hard, you feel overwhelmed and give up. The key to staying motivated is to follow the Goldilocks Rule, making sure your challenges are just right. For example, let's say you want to get better at playing the guitar. If you only play simple songs you've already mastered, you'll get bored. But if you try to learn an extremely difficult song immediately, you'll get frustrated and quit. The sweet spot? Playing something slightly above your skill level, challenging but achievable. This keeps your brain engaged, making it easier to stay motivated over time. A real-world example is video games. Game developers are experts at keeping players engaged by gradually increasing difficulty. When you play a game, each level gets slightly harder, but not too hard. That's what keeps you coming back for more. If you apply this to your goals, whether it's learning a language, working out, or building a business, you'll stay engaged longer and avoid burnout. Most people think they need to feel motivated before they take action. But psychology tells us it's actually the opposite. Taking action first creates motivation. This is called the motivation loop. Action, small reward. More action, bigger reward. For example, let's say you're struggling to go to the gym. Instead of waiting to feel motivated, just tell yourself, "I'll go for 5 minutes." Once you start moving, your brain releases dopamine, and suddenly you want to continue. You trick yourself into motivation by starting small. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, calls this the 2-minute rule. If you don't feel like working out, just put on your gym clothes and stretch for 2 minutes. Once you start, your brain builds momentum, and suddenly it's easier to keep going. This works for everything: writing, studying, cleaning, or any habit you struggle with. We often blame ourselves for not being motivated. But what if the problem isn't you? It's your environment. Studies show that motivation is heavily influenced by cues in our surroundings. If your environment is filled with distractions, unhealthy habits, and negativity, staying motivated becomes nearly impossible. The fix? Design your environment for success. Want to eat healthier? Keep fruits and vegetables visible on your kitchen counter instead of junk food. Want to read more? Place books in areas where you'll see them often. Want to wake up early? Put your alarm across the room so you have to get up. Small tweaks in your environment make it easier to stay motivated without relying on willpower. One of the best examples of this is Steve Jobs. He wore the same black turtleneck every day because he knew decision fatigue could drain motivation. By eliminating small, unnecessary decisions, he saved his energy for what truly mattered. You can do the same. Automate routines, eliminate distractions, and make your environment work for you, not against you. At the end of the day, motivation isn't something you find. It's something you build. If you wait for motivation to strike, you'll never get anything done. But if you create a system, focusing on the process, setting the right level of challenge, using action to create motivation, and optimizing your environment, you'll stay driven every single day. So here's your challenge. Pick one strategy from this video and start applying it today. Whether it's shifting to process-based goals, using the Goldilocks Rule, or designing your environment for success, take action now. Because once you do, motivation won't be something you chase. It'll be something that fuels you naturally. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and drop a comment below. What's your biggest motivation struggle? Let's build a community of high achievers together. See you in the next video. Blast off.